Hello again. So with this tutorial, I would like to show you how to create an audio podcast that we will then add to our Liberkey presentation. So there's a document saved on the Moodle that notes what it is that I'm looking for with this Audacity podcast. And here is that document. So I'm looking for who you are, where you currently work, how many years you have been at your current position, and your favorite part of your job. And we are going to use Audacity to make this audio podcast. So, over on your Liberkey, come up to where it says audio, left click, go to where it says editor, left click, and then two options to open. You can either left click twice, or you can left click once and come over to where it says launch and go ahead and click launch. Okay, sometimes there's a welcome screen that comes up. You have the option of clicking down in the left-hand corner to not have that message come up every time. You can go ahead and click that and then click OK, and you will not see that welcome message anymore. So I would like to show you how to use Audacity. Right now it looks kind of intimidating, but it is rather simple to use, and I hope that you find it simple as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to record ourselves telling that information that I asked for the introduction, and I'm going to basically show you how to do it right here on the fly through this tutorial. So I'm going to click this button which says record, and then I'm going to say my information, and then I'm going to stop the recording, and then I will show you how to successfully save an Audacity file to be used at a later time. So let me go ahead and demonstrate that for you. I'm going to left click to start my recording. Hello, my name is Ryan Baird. I currently work at the Clark campus for the Intermediate Unit Number 1. I have been working here for 3 years, and I have been working for the IU for a total of 5. My favorite part of my job here at Clark is to have the ability to positively influence the lives of young people. I go ahead and I click stop, and now I have stopped my recording. You can see as I move this, you can see that there were voice inflections there that note that Audacity was taking this file down. So a little bit of a tricky part to this is how do you successfully save an Audacity file? Well, there's 2 parts to that. So you go up to where it says file and you left click. You can see here you have save project as. Well, you would want to save project as an Audacity file if you want to save this project and come back to it. We are not necessarily going to be coming back to it to make any modifications to it. We're going to be saving it to actually use it. So you can see here, look at what this warning message says. It says you are saving an Audacity project file. Saving a project creates a file that only Audacity can open. To save an audio file for other programs, use one of the file export commands. Well, we're going to go ahead and do both, just so that you know in the future if you want to use Audacity and you want to be able to come back to an audio recording, you need to save it as an Audacity project file. So you can go ahead and click OK. save it wherever you would like. I'm going to go ahead and just save it on my desktop, Audacity Projects, name it your name underscore intro let's call it intro podcast. Click save. So now you have saved the Audacity project file, and if you wanted to come back to it and modify it, that is the file that you would open. However, to be able to use this as an audio file like we want to be able to do, you will need to go to File, come down to where it says Export, left click, and again, wherever you would like to save it, I'm going to just go ahead and save it on my desktop again. And here you can keep that same file name, but here is where you choose what type of audio file you would like to save it in. If you have a Microsoft or a PC, basically anything other than Apple, you're going to go ahead and choose this WAV file. It will work perfectly fine for pretty much any audio use that you would need, especially in this type of format where you're just trying to do a quick little podcast. If you have an Apple computer, it says AIFF. You can go ahead and use that one. I have a PC, so I'm going to click Microsoft, and then I'm going to click Save. This option comes up. This would be if you actually had to put in extra information. We don't really need to do that. We're just going to go ahead and say OK. All right, before you close anything, I would go ahead and I would double check that you have the file where you asked it to go. So I go to my desktop folder, I look down, and you can see Baird Intro Podcast. And you have two different kinds. You have the Audacity project file, which is the one that you would use to actually reopen the podcast and modify it or add to it. And I also have my WAV sound file format, which shows how long it is. And this is the actual podcast that you would double click on and it would play through your Windows Media Player. So if you are looking at these two files and you have some sort of length to it, I would go ahead and after this tutorial, double check, make sure that everything is playing and in working order. I thank you and stay tuned for more instructions.